internet was being an asshole and decided that it's going to like cut in and out and shit.
Oh wow! Yeah, I had that problem.
Yeah, I started dropping frames, and then the video on the YouTube page is like 2 parts. And then there was a part near the end where I was like, hold up, because it started dropping frames again, but it never split. But I still edited all that out for the podcast. But you know, the live one is all uncut and shit. It's like everyone gets kind of like a more intimate behind the scenes footage of the fantastic product that comes out of the Scarcasm Studios. Would you agree?
Sure.
Yeah, since Scar's not here, I might as well not use my camera either.
Okay, cool.
So we can be buddies in seclusion. Maybe that should be the new. We should get rid of the Scarcasm name. Just call it Buddies in Seclusion.
No, that sounds kind of 2 dudes in the closet type of thing. Buddies in seclusion. That's kind of out there.
But you know, it's funny that may end up as a show title.
Oh no.
But yeah, this is Scarcasm, and got Chase, Sam, no Scar, because you know, the king has to take a break every now and again.
Right.
Yeah. So today we're going to discuss
top 5% of characters. Go.
Okay. Yeah, that we gotta wait for Scarfinger for that one.
Okay, top 5 death metal bands.
Fifth metal bands?
Death metal bands.
I still hear fifth metal bands.
Okay. Sure, if you want to do that, that's fine.
They're all in number 5 because they're fifth metal.
I said death with a D.
I know, but it sounded like fifth, like each time you said it.
Okay, well, excuse me.
You're excused. I mean, you're a gentleman, and I'm a gentleman, and I will excuse you from the table when you need to toot. But yeah, we're talking about some video games, and kind of like our top 5 games we just kind of keep going back to. And my interpretation of that isn't really our favorite games, because sometimes your favorite game you don't always come back to. You might play it every now and again when you get the inkling to go through it again. But I think your top 5 games you're always coming back to is just something that is kind of easy, and like you just breeze right in and you can just kind of breathe for a little bit. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, you should go first, because, you know, you came up with the idea. Or was it the Discord that came up with the idea?
Actually, it was my better half that came up with the idea. And then Scarfinger sent his in as a exclusive episode. And then he wanted me to do it, and then, you know, outside of recording the podcast, I really don't do much recording unless it's like band shit. So I kind of never got around to it. So me and you are doing it together, since we both never, and you're in that same boat too. You never sent yours in, so we're here.
We're in seclusion. Get used to it.
Yeah. We're buddies in seclusion. Well, I guess for me it would be like because I've been thinking about this. It's not like I wasn't really wanting to record it, but I have been thinking about it. And you guys said like no Persona, and we said Scar, no Mass Effect, but I don't really think those kind of games really apply because those are our like favorite games of all time, and it's not something we just just play all the time because it's comforting or whatever.
Well, see, I play Skyrim a lot because I can do different characters and I can go down many different paths.
Yeah.
It's not the same gameplay every time.
Right. So, I mean, it's not like you can't have like your favorite game is, but like for me, like I don't like think I just want to veg out for a little bit. I'm going to play a 50-hour RPG. This is not,
Right.
but so I think for me it's like these like twin stick shooters, like Nex Machina and like Ruiner and what's that other one that I was playing? Like Hotline Miami, I guess to a lesser extent, but like for some reason, like those games are really comforting. And I never really thought of them to be my favorite game, but like I just keep coming back to them every time I see a new one. Like I just, man, that looks really fun, and I'll play it for a little bit. I'll hardly ever finish them, but I'll just like get into one and just veg out. So yeah, like so games like that, like especially Nex Machina, because it's got 2-player co-op, and you just go in there and there's like so many colors going around, like crazy.
Which one of those do you like?
What now?
Which one of that series do you like? Which is the one you go to?
Probably Nex Machina, just because it's graphically it's really pretty, and I like that studio because they also did
Oh, sorry. For some reason, I'm thinking of Deus Ex. Never mind.
Oh right, yeah. But they also did the Alien Nation and Dead Nation games. I don't know if you remember those.
I do not. I know what Alienation is, but I never heard of the other one. I didn't even know it was a game.
Yeah, I think Dead Nation come first. It was on the Xbox Live Arcade. It was just a top-down zombie shooter. But and I really enjoyed Ruiner. That one, to me, even though it's top-down and it's technically a twin-stick shooter, since there's a reticle, I don't really consider it a twin-stick shooter. Twin-stick shooter to me is like you use one stick for moving, the other stick you just put it in the way you're going to shoot, and your dude just shoots in that general direction. And in a game like Ruiner, you're actually, if you're using a controller, you're aiming and pulling a trigger. So to me, that game and Hotline Miami plays better with mouse and keyboard because you can be more accurate with it. But with like Nex Machina, you don't really have to be accurate because everything's coming so fast. You're just like blasting in all directions, which is how like a twin stick shooter really plays. But I mean, I still really liked Ruiner, but I think Nex Machina is just more fun because it's just so crazy. When Ruiner is more strategic, and so is Hotline Miami. Hotline Miami is really strategic. It's almost like a puzzle game. It's really tough.
Yeah, I never actually played either one of those. Are there still two, or is there a third one now?
There's still 2 Hotline Miami, but there's only 1 Ruiner.
Because I remember when Hotline Miami 2 was coming out, that was like a big deal.
Yeah, they're really good, and the soundtrack's always really good. And aside from it being super difficult, it is really comforting. I don't really, unless I'm like stuck on one level and I've almost got that one level, I don't really get frustrated. Like when I was playing Celeste, everyone was saying how hard it is, and it is hard. But since the checkpoints were so close together, I really didn't get frustrated. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how that is. To where, yeah, it's super difficult, but it's got forgiving checkpoints, so you just kind of start the same thing. You just do the same thing over and over until you get it. But it's not like, because what's really frustrating to me is like, I finished the first 3 parts, and then the third part I fuck up, and then now I can't even get the first 2 parts down. you know what I mean? That's so frustration isn't really something you go for to me. Because Scar said like the 2K game, so which I thought he was gonna like pick Well, I mean, he did mention the like Rimworld and stuff like that, but like when I would hear him talk, you know, he does go back play a lot of those 2K games and stuff. That's cool. Um, Another one I guess would be like the like you said the like Fallout's and Skyrim and stuff like the Bethesda games because even though they are like a big overarching game, you can just kind of like go to a dungeon and knock out some things and be on your way. You know what I mean? When something like Assassin's Creed or I guess a more grindier game, you don't really feel like you progressed unless you do a lot. When
I think it's probably it's probably easier if we go back and forth, not just like you do your 5 and I'll do my 5.
okay,
But yeah, go ahead and finish up with that one.
clinically impatient.
What?
I mishear you in the most hilarious ways.
Okay, so what did you think I said?
Clinically impatient.
Okay. Okay, well, we're gonna have to do this thing where I used to tell a friend of mine,
Uh
if you think I say something and it doesn't make any fucking sense at all, that's probably not what I said.
Okay.
I think what I was saying was you go ahead and you finish yours up.
I thought you wanted to go back and forth.
Oh yeah, no, but you have to let me know how many what you're doing because
Well,
you're just kind of rambling, and I'm like, wait, is he doing a second one or what is he doing?
I went on to a second one, but we
Yeah,
can.
finish your second one.
Well, how about I don't, and then you go ahead.
Damn it, you already started. You already told us what it was.
I'm done. I'm done with my second one.
Okay, so let me write these down so so you can just have a record.
Okay.
Okay. So your first one was what? Rumor or what was it?
My, my first one was just say twin stick shooters in
Okay, twin
general.
stick shooters. Twin stick shooters. Okay, your second one.
Bethesda RPG.
Bethesda RPGs. All right. Okay, so my first one would be, and I'm not going in any kind of order. I'm just going. Watch Dogs 2. Have you played this one?
I've played this a very little bit of the beginning because I was going to like get through the beginning, and then me and Scar were going to play, and then that never happened.
Uh, well, I really like this one. It's much different than the first one. The first one was like a little bit too technical, and
Huh?
like it had you doing a bunch of weird crap. It's like, okay, well, you have to take down this guy. Here's a list of options of ways you can take him down. Okay, you took him down. Now you need to re-energize. Go to the store, buy a snack. Like, oh, you wanna hack into this thing? Here, you have to play a little puzzle game to put the hack in. No, that's too much crap.
Right.
The second one doesn't have that. The second one is here's a list of options to take down someone. Would you like to take them out? Now remember, if you're too loud, others will hear you and they will detect you. If you take them out quietly, that's cool. If you happen to hack a car and run it backwards and have it run over him, that's fine too. That's actually a thing that can happen. It won't alert them to it won't alert the others to your presence, but it will alert them that something is happening. Because obviously cars just don't move by themselves and run over people. You
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they cleaned up a lot of the stuff that the first one didn't do right. It makes it a more fluid game. It's really solid. It's a game I go back to because I love open world games, and this one is fun because you can just you have a phone, you can hack almost anything. You
Right.
could have a have a have a blast. you can have a ball and go crazy in this world, and that makes it really fun. And plus, the levels are really fun too. Like the more things you unlock, the more powers you unlock with your phone. It makes things a lot easier. Um, so as you progress and things get harder, you can also level up with it by unlocking things on your phone, and it's really cool. And the soundtrack is great. I really enjoy the characters. The way they did the characters was awesome. Um, yeah, it's basically GTA with a hackable phone, and I also keep going back to it because like I said, it's just a lot of fun. It's just a hell of a good time, and it's such an expansive world that you can just walk around, just take a walk, go steal a car, go out by the pier, hang out at the pier, bother some people, fly a drone, have a go kart race, you know,
Yeah.
almost anything you want to do, you can do it. You can go to the bar and have a beer. You can go shopping for clothes and put on stupid, silly clothes. You can dress up as a gnome. That's how fun
Nice.
it would be. Yeah, noise. So that's that one. So okay, you go ahead with now. You go on to your third.
Okay. Um. Well, my third would have to be.
This makes for really great audio, by the way.
I know it does. That's why. That's why we're the best goddamn producers in the game. And nobody else has that title ever.
Okay.
Um. Well, my third one would be like side-scrolling type puzzle games. Like mostly like from the guys that make Limbo and like Inside. And because I don't really like the ones like Super Meat Boy, to where it's just like brutally difficult. You know what I mean? And it's about
Yeah,
just
yeah. I played one level of that game and I was just like, nope.
so. But yeah, Limbo and Inside can be difficult, but they're more difficult on a more of a thinking way, not a
Oh
go
yeah,
super
the
fast through this
puzzle.
freaking level and like you know what I mean. So and
Maybe you'll make it, maybe you don't.
right. So and they all have like really cool atmosphere, and there's like a story there, but it's like not like in your face, to where it keeps you thinking a little bit.
Is there a specific one that you're talking about?
Both of them, like Limbo and Inside.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like just in general.
Yeah, I haven't really found any that really. Those are the top of the cream, but I do like other ones. You know what I mean?
Right.
But those are probably my favorite.
I think I actually own Limbo. Never played it.
Yeah, they're very good, and I didn't think they would top Limbo until I played Inside. Inside is like freaking 10 out of 10, especially in that, because in that genre they are the best of the best. Like they have honed that craft to like an art form. But yeah, side-scrolling puzzle games. Like so, mine are like genres, I guess, because I guess that would be better because
Yeah, but you can single out a few that are your favorite. You
yeah.
can, for the people. So people don't go around looking for twin stick shooters where the hero is an elf.
Well, I mean, the list says twin stick shooters, but I mean, Next Machina would be a good one to get, and then Bethesda RPGs, Skyrim, fucking Fallout. I mean, everyone knows that shit. And then the puzzle platforming games, and the best of the best is Limbo and Inside. So that's my third.
All right, so my second is for Nintendo 64. It is GoldenEye. Have you ever played this?
I have, and have you played it recently?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Why does it not hold up?
No. I see. We all have like really good or memories of that game, or like a lot of games of that era, and then we go back and play them, and be like, man, I really miss playing this, and then go and play it, you're like, how did I play this?
Oh,
Like,
Saints Row 2 did that for me.
because the controls of that thing are like so difficult to manage after you've got used to like Call of Duty controls for like shooters and
Huh.
Call of Duty and Halo. You know what I mean?
No, but you know what? I played that game so much that I bet you I could just pick it right back up.
Maybe.
But no, Saints Row 2 did that for me where it was like, I miss playing this game. It's been years. Let me pop this in. Holy crap, this game sucks. And it's not that the game sucks, it's just like, it's so behind the times. There have been so many other like open world RPGs, open world action RPGs that have come out that are like way beyond it.
Uh
And it
huh.
just doesn't hold up. And just like, I played a few minutes of it. And I played a few minutes of Saints Row, the remaster or whatever, the recent one, the one that came out for Xbox One. It
Yeah.
just didn't. It did nothing for me. Nothing at all. I mean, it's partly is because the uh, the Xbox One version, because they didn't clean it up all the way. If there's like some compatibility issues with like glitching and stuff like that, and like characters like walking around with like lines on their head and stuff. So that also kind of took me out of it as well.
Right.
Like there was one cutscene that I saw where it was completely black and all I saw was like the people's heads because like they never really they just gave it like a quick like okay, let's make sure it's compatible. They didn't actually look to make sure it actually worked.
Right.
But yeah, that was Saints Row 2. Yeah, but GoldenEye, yeah, I used to have so much fun with that game. I used to have all the cheats on. I don't know if you did or not.
Yeah.
So I would go with the okay, let's try invisible, where I would just go up to people and just like boom, one shot them, and I would just pretend like I was like an invisible like creature or something, or like a ghost or some kind of entity, and I would just like haunt this underground facility and just take people out one by one. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I had fun with that game. I played that game for years. I played that up until like '06, '07.
Wow.
So
That's a long time to be playing GoldenEye.
I played it so much. You know, it's just like I love this game. And then it was funny. I actually saw the movie recently, and and it wasn't like, and it was more like a thing of I don't remember this part of the movie because I hadn't seen the movie in years, but I remember this level. Like when they're in the facility.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember that level in the game, but I'm watching the movie, which is weird. I can't control it. I can't control Pierce Brosnan this time.
Right.
Like, no, no, Pierce Brosnan, go left, go left. But no, yeah, GoldenEye, it was always a lot of fun. It always brought me a lot of joy. The mission where you're on the boat and you have to get on the boat and like do something. I think you have to blow up with the tanks or something.
Hmm.
That was always a lot of fun because no matter where you step, you're always gonna run into like a room. You're always gonna run into a room with like 80 dudes in it.
Yeah.
You have to, have a big shootout.
Yeah. I think the boat part does stand out in my memory too.
As far as the multiplayer, I don't. I mean, well, as far as the thing at the end, I didn't get to play much of that. I played like a little bit of it. I know I sucked at it, but still.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. I mean, we would play through a little bit of the main campaign, but we would mostly like have like try to shoot each other and stuff. Split screen.
Right.
But it was fun back in the day because we recently started to get into emulation, which I mean I can talk about that a little bit more later, which I talked about it last time too. So that was your third one.
That was my second one.
That was your second one. All right.
Yeah.
Well, my second one would be side-scrolling beat 'em ups like Double Dragon, but I recently, since I got the Humble Bundle monthly, I just got it for the whole year or whatnot this year because I really liked it last year. I was like, well, I'll just get the whole year. Well, when I went to a buddy's house, I was like, hey, well, let me share you my Steam library and we can play some of these random freaking games I got through Humble Bundle. and we would just pick some random one, and that reminded me of how much I freaking love that type of game type because we played a game called Bleed or something like that. I think it might have been Bleed 2, and then we played a game called Fight and Rage, and just playing that like
That sounds like the Walmart version of like a Double Dragon or something, Final Fighters or something. It's like the Great Value version.
a little bit, but it's a newer game, and it emulates a CRT, like the scan lines and stuff.
Yeah.
So one character is like this girl in a bikini, and the other character is like a minotaur, and just like fighting rats on motorcycles and stuff. It's just so totally like over the top, and we had so much fun that night doing that stuff. And so those are just so great for if you have a couple of friends over that, even if they're not really into video games, they'll fall right in.
That's where I'm going to fall short because I don't actually have friends. So
You have us, man.
yeah, but you can't come to my house and play games.
Well, not
Yeah,
with
virtually,
not with that attitude. We can't.
yeah, virtually, yeah. We can get into a party chat or something and have a blast.
Yeah, that's something we haven't done like since. Actually, we haven't had any game nights since last year, so we need to start getting back into that. But
Right.
but yeah,
As far as those beat 'em ups though, a lot of the older ones don't hold up. You know why? Because they were meant to chew your quarters at the arcade.
right.
So
Yeah.
like I played Final Fight like when they brought it into the Xbox Marketplace.
Uh
My God, I just wanted it to end.
huh. Uh huh.
Because it
Yeah.
was like, when is this going to be over? My God, this is horrible.
Yeah. Me and my son played through the first Double Dragon, and we got to the last level because it was like unlimited continues and stuff. We were like, wow, we got here like super fast. And I remembered, oh, it's because it was the quarter thing. You weren't supposed to
Right.
get here this fast. That's why it took us 10
Yeah,
minutes to get to the
you saw
land.
how limited. Now that you don't have to pump quarters into it, you see how limited these games are.
Yeah, but
Now,
yeah,
now when you played Double Dragon, did you get 50,000?
did I get what now?
50,000 in Double Dragon.
No. Yeah, we
Never mind. Scar would be laughing his ass off if you heard that.
he probably
It's an old joke.
old joke, cool. But yeah, I definitely recommend the newer indie game versions of because Double Dragon didn't really hold up as well like the original. I heard that there's a remaster or like a reimagining of Double Dragon that's pretty decent, but Fight and Rage was really fun, and its art style was really cool.
Yeah, the X-Men arcade game. That one also doesn't hold up. Neither does Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I'm glad Mike Groening is a punk and he doesn't let anyone put out his games because I bet if I played The Simpsons now, I would not like it. I want to hold on to those memories.
Right.
But yeah, so that was your one beat 'em up, side-scrolling beat 'em ups.
That was my two.
That was your four because so far you have twin stick shooters, Bethesda RPGs, puzzle shooting side scrollers, and beat 'em ups.
So yeah,
Okay, all
that
right,
was four of them. So
sure. All right, so my other one is Assassin's Creed 2. It's one, even though I think Brotherhood is better, 2 is more open. There's more stuff to do in it. It's more, it's just the map is just way bigger. And I keep going back to it because I really enjoy all the stuff you can do in it. I mean, I really love open world games to begin with, but Assassin's Creed is just like a fun series. And it's back when the controls weren't overly complicated, and you could just go up and like shank 8 guards in a row.
right.
And yeah, I really, really love the story.
And which Assassin's Creed was this, or just in
Two.
general?
Two.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Two was really good. I never finished two, and then I played three. I never finished that, but I'm almost finished with Origins, and I really did like Origins a lot.
Yeah. I mean, like I mentioned before, I can't get down with the new controls. It just I can't. I've tried.
Well, can't you switch it to the? That's what I did.
Are you sure?
Because if
Are you spinning a yarn over there?
well, if you're talking about how like jumping and like fighting and stuff were on the bumpers, and then instead of the X button and stuff like that, yeah, I switched that to where the like fighting and stuff is the X button.
I'll have to look into that. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it anytime soon, but I'm just saying. Okay. But yeah, Assassin's Creed 2. I love the city building aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
When you have to go back to the little village that your uncle Mario lives in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, we need money to help your And I'm like, "You lazy fuck! Why don't you go do it?" But no, instead he sends you to go out there and make money for the family. And you raise a village and you collect all the gold statues, and you unlock some cool shit. And you can like put on different color outfits.
Yeah, I have it on
Buy art.
by art. Wait,
You can buy artworks
is
and
it
put them in your castle.
Is it Scarfinger artwork?
It is not Scarfinger artwork, but it should be. Someone should mod it to put Scarfinger artwork inside the castle.
Maybe that's what we should do. We should mod Assassin's Creed 2 to have Scar's paintings in the castle of Assassin's Creed 2.
But no, it's fun. Like you can, it's just really awesome. Like there's this one level where you're inside the church and you have to hide in between like the walking cardinals or whatever. And it's so weird because they're all walking in this weird procession, and you have to hide. You have to blend in behind them in order to avoid like being detected. It's really cool, and you have to walk into a straight line of cardinals, and it's really awesome. And it's really tough. That part is really tough, but it's so rewarding once you actually do reach the other side.
Right.
But yeah, I do think Brotherhood is better, but I keep going back to 2 because it's classic. I remember when did I get that? Oh, I got that. I actually got that on the day it came out because I had my apartment and there was a Best Buy near my apartment, and I went with my girlfriend at the time. We went to go pick it up. It was 6 days before my birthday, and she bought it for me. She's like, "Here, happy birthday. Leave me alone."
Nice.
Yeah. So that's probably another reason why the game is classic. I don't know. Okay, now you gotta go with your last one.
Well, my number one is Left 4 Dead.
You're going backwards. Okay, I see now.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing.
Oh, no, I mean, I told you mine are in no order at all. Like, go ahead.
Right. Well, my number one is definitely Left 4 Dead because, like, back in the day, playing it like with people was really fun. But even if I'm not playing with people, like, I'll be like, man, I want to blow up some steam. I'm gonna throw Left 4 Dead on easy, and just blast the hell out of some zombies. You know what I mean? It's just, and sometimes I do go back to the first one, even though that the second one has all the first one's content. Sometimes I want to play the first one without all the second one's, like the jockey and stuff in it. You know what I mean? Because if you play the like No Mercy on the second game, it will be No Mercy, but with more of the special zombies and stuff. Sometimes I just want to play the classic.
I own both of those on Steam.
Yeah, me too. So that's where I mostly play them. I mean, I originally played it on the Xbox 360, but when I played it on the computer, I was like, yeah, this is the place to play it because it was designed for the PC. But yeah, like I really want to have a Left 4 Dead night at some point. Try to get some people together, even if we play versus or something. Which I have hardly ever played any versus. Versus is pretty much the same thing as the regular game, except some of the special zombies are controlled by people, and it's super fun. especially if you're just playing with friends. I don't really play games with randoms anyway.
No randos for you.
No randos for me, unless we were like when me and Scar would play Killing Floor because they don't really talk and they'll just fill up the room.
Uh-huh.
I hope
So
we.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I hope we didn't bore everyone to death with this because, you know, it's the NPR version of Scarcasm.
Right. Okay, so I have 2 left.
Okay.
Okay, so one of mine is Gone Home. Have you played this? I think you might have played this. I know Scar did, I think.
Yeah, I played it. I really liked it, and I really liked Tacoma as well.
You like, Tacoma? Oh, did you finish Tacoma?
Yeah,
What'd you think of that ending?
I
Pretty
liked.
great.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the whole thing to where you can like be in an area and then rewind it and go back to see where those people come from. That was a. I think more games should like have that mechanic. If
Yeah,
they're
you can follow somebody out of a room and then see where they go and then like see what they talk about and then go rewind it and then follow somebody else.
Yeah, especially if it's in a game like Watch Dogs or something, to where you would think they would have that kind of technology. That would
Right.
be a lot more interesting than just reading a data pad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The ending was actually pretty great. I was not expecting that at all. I was like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Whew. I was actually relieved
Yeah,
because I really thought they all committed suicide.
yeah, or just or just didn't get out because because the characters were other than the main character that you're playing, all the other characters are like really fleshed out to where you're like,
Yeah,
we're
that's what I'm
just
saying. Like you get to know these people as the game progresses, and you're like, because at first I was like, I don't care if any of these people live or die. But then, like, as you get to know each one of them, you're like, I want them to succeed and live happy lives. Like,
yeah,
I don't think that's going to happen, but at the end, I'm like, oh, good, what a relief. And then the whole thing with the AI, that was actually pretty cool too.
yeah. I guess we should have said spoilers that
Oh,
Tacoma.
I spoiled nothing because I didn't actually spoil the end. The twist at the end was actually really cool.
Right. Well, I mean, you spoiled it that it was a happy
I mean, come on, like,
ending.
oh, everyone died. Everyone died in the cryogenic chamber at the end. Good
Yeah.
night, kids. No, no, Gone Home has. Let's see. Well, part of it is because it takes place in the '90s,
Yeah.
and that was really cool because that was also when I came up. When I think I was around. I think I was maybe a little older than the younger sister.
Right.
So I think maybe she's like 2 years younger than me. Because she in high school or is she in middle school? The younger sister.
I don't remember.
Oh, of course not.
It was
Uh,
it was like 2013 or something when I played that, or 14, whenever it came out.
you know what? I think she's older. I think she's like a year or two older than me because I think she's in high school.
Okay.
And I think in 94 I was in this. 94, 95 I was in the 7th grade.
Okay.
No, wait. I was in the 8th grade. 8th grade. But yeah, I mean, it tugs a lot of those heartstrings because you're wandering around this house, wondering where are your parents? B, where is your little sister? And it's pouring down raining outside. It's like the storm of the year. You're hearing creepy sounds all over the house. You're led down this weird rabbit hole that something paranormal might have happened, something occult might have happened to your family.
Right.
Because like all the clues are there, and then you find out that and then you find that one room where like all that like Satanist shit is in,
Yeah.
and then you're like, okay, some Ouija crap really did happen here.
And,
Yeah,
and then you're
yeah,
like, it's just high school kids doing high school kid shit,
yes.
and like
And then
I
without
thought.
spoiling for the people, there was that
Well,
one guy.
high school kids, start cults.
Yeah, they put on pajamas and they lay down and wait for the Hillbound comet.
Yep.
But no, like was it the Hillbound comet or those people that cult that kill themselves? Not the Jonestown, the other one. The one around 97, when they all put on Nikes.
The comet one.
They were waiting. They were waiting. They thought a spaceship was behind the comet, waiting to take them away.
Right.
And in order for them to join them, they have to kill themselves right as the comet is passing. But anyway, but yeah, there was a comet that they were on. But anyway, like I was saying, there was that one jump scare in the game. Did you ever get to it?
Probably. Like I
When,
said, it's been like 5 years.
okay, so you're in the closet. Um, you're in the closet and you push a panel and you see there's a hidden room behind the closet. You go down the stairs and there's a cross on the wall. You go to turn on the light. Oh, you flip a switch and the light goes out and you're in complete darkness.
Right.
Are you busy, Chase?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say anything.
What'd you say?
Oh God. Okay, what was the last thing that you heard me say?
You like go home?
All right, smart ass. I was talking about the jump scare in the game, but anyway.
Right. Yeah, you're talking about being in the closet or something.
Well, actually, that's a different game.
Okay.
More on the. How did you know about that? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you go down to the closet and it's not pitch black, but it's dark, and you go to. Oh no! There's a light on in the closet. You turn the light on. You go down the hall. You go down the stairs, and there's a cross. There's a prompt for you to touch the cross.
Yeah.
When you touch the cross, the lights go out, and you're in complete darkness. And believe you me, I ran up those stairs. I ran back up those stairs as fast as I could. But no, it's So what the game is, in case you don't know, is it's basically a walking simulator. You walk around and you pick up clues. You've been backpacking through Europe for like a year or so. You come home. It's a stormy night. There's nobody home. There's a note taped to the door saying, sorry I couldn't be there. No matter what you find, don't tell mom and dad. So right away you're like, what's going on here, right?
Right.
You're supposed to say right. Okay. So then you go into the house and you basically start uncovering clues to what happened, where everyone is, and yeah, the ending is really, really great. I really love that ending. It won't last though because I know as soon as the parents find out, they're gonna handle those problems.
Yeah.
They're gonna take care of that right away. That ending's not gonna last though. But yeah, like the story it tells, like that you find the girl's diary, and she talks about like all the problems that she's having at home and at school, and all the stuff you find. It's really great.
Yeah, I like how you could like find little cassette tapes or like mixtapes and whatnot,
Oh yeah.
and all that music just sounds like early Sonic Youth and stuff, and it's just everything is like super 90s, and it's really cool.
Well, it's that Riot Girl thing from like the mid '90s or the early '90s.
Yeah, like Slater Kitty and stuff.
Yeah. There's a bunch of Easter eggs in there. Like you'll find like all the pictures of cats are like the pictures are cats that belong to the dev. There's a bunch of little hidden Easter eggs in the game. I also enjoy. I don't know if you played the one. Did you play it with commentary? Because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I need to go back and do that. I never actually went back and played it with commentary.
Yeah, it really unlocks a lot of stuff about like the guy who made it, the dev. He tells his story about growing up in that era. Really great. But yeah, that's a game that I've played. I've had at least 3 playthroughs, maybe 4. But each time I'm finding something new. I don't know about you, but there's a lot of creepiness about that game, like the whole basement thing. Did you ever read the letter that you found in the safe?
I probably did. Like I said, it's been a while
Uh,
Since I
So yeah,
held my head up high.
this literally what you found in the safe. It basically it's the uncle apologizing to your dad for something he did to him as a kid, and it's really weird. But yeah, so that's Gone Home. That's my fourth one. No, my last one will just be really quickly. It will just be really quick. It's WWF No Mercy for N64. I don't know if you ever played that one. No. There are a lot of wrestling games. There are a lot of wrestling games that followed it. None have been able to match how good it is. None. This game came out in 2001, and people still play it. And people still think it's the greatest. It's the greatest wrestling video game of all time. It's more because of the mechanics in it. The controls are so intricate because the N64 controller had so many fucking buttons.
So is it like the Smash Melee of wrestling games?
Sure, you'll have to explain that, but sure.
Well, I mean, people still play like Smash 64 and Smash Melee to this day, rather than like the newer Smash. I go to a like a hobby store, like play D&D and casuals and stuff, and there'll be people that like load their CRT TVs and bring them there and have little Smash tournaments.
Yeah, those people are called. Never mind. I'm not gonna start because then I'll get a bunch of hate mail. No, but I mean, yeah, I was playing that. I was playing No Mercy for a long time. The level of customization was really, really great. You could pretty much make anybody you ever think of. It is a flawed game though because the main story, the main campaign, is broken to where it gets to a certain point and you cannot proceed.
And this is the greatest one of all time?
Well, yeah, like the actual single player or tag team or whatever. When you play the game by yourself, it's great. The campaign, no one plays for the campaign. You play the campaign if you just want to.
Oh, okay.
It's like no one gives a. I bet half the people that played it don't even know the campaign's broken because they never bothered to play it. But yeah, those are my 5.
Cool. Sounds like you're like rubbing your mic up against everything.
I'm not. I'm not even close to the mic.
Oh.
Would you like me to rub my mic against everything?
I don't know. Well, what you been playing recently, man?
Absolutely nothing.
That's a great game. I love that game.
Yeah.
It's very nihilistic, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been playing anything at all. Like nothing. I mean, I barely plugged up my PlayStation 4 today, and that was only to watch Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Because like it's not even the whole movie. It was like that one specific scene where Thor is like bathed in lightning, and that Led Zeppelin song plays. Have you seen Thor Ragnarok? I'm just over here talking out of my ass.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. So yeah, when he comes down and he's just lightning all around him, Led Zeppelin is playing and he's just being a badass. And then him and Valkyrie are just being 2 badasses. Yeah, that's the part I watched and I'm like, okay, that's over. I can just put it back.
Cool. So you just been super busy?
Yeah, I've just been busy doing stuff.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I should. I mean, I bought World War II because it was like $10 and I had a $5 off coupon at GameStop. So, and on top of that, I had the pro price was like $8.99 or something. So with my $5 off coupon, I think I paid like $4.95 for it or something.
Cool.
And I asked a friend of mine, I was like, "Is World War II worth it?" And my friend said, "For $9, yes. For $60, no." So I've got that to look forward to. Before I stopped playing games, I actually was still playing Spider-Man. With these open world games, I'm kind of a completionist, so I have to do all the side stuff first before I can finish the main game. Like all the things where like you have to find all the backpacks and everything, and then go and like do all the light up all the radio signals and stuff like that. The radio towers, align the radio towers. I did all that stuff first.
Yeah, near Automata would break you because you're kind of supposed to go through the story and then do the side stuff later.
I see.
All the side stuff is like really high level.
Uh-huh. So what have you been playing? What has Chase been playing?
I've been playing Persona 3.
Why did you go back? Why is it a retread?
I never finished Persona 3. I had a copy of it on PS3, which it's a PS2 game, so there's some PS2 games on the PS3, and I played it till like October in the game, and I didn't know I was that far, but that was like 50 hours into the game, and my stuff got stolen in early 2017, and I just never went back to it because, well, I didn't have my PlayStation 3 and I wasn't just going to buy one just to play a old PS2 game, you know what I mean? So I recently got into emulation, and because I was kind of wanting to play Silent Hill 2, and I got that going. I played that and I was like, well, maybe I can play Persona 3 now. So I got that going and I was like, well, I already played like so long in this game, and this game's super grindy. How do I enable cheats? So I researched all that, and I made it to where all my characters were like had like 999 health and SP, and the XP game was like, it was like 40 times on, like it was like 40 XP per 1 XP. So I got to level 99 like in like 2 fights. So I could just like get through the story, you know?
Right.
So I didn't have to grind, because you would grind to like progress. Because in that game there's like a tower that you have to go up and up and up, and that's not really it is part of the story like later on, but during like the beginning you're using that tower to go up it to grind your levels, and then once it gets to the full moon, then the boss will come and you need to be a certain level before you get there. And there's bosses in Tartarus, which is the tower, and they're harder than the actual story boss. So if you can beat them, then you know that you're ready for the other boss. Well, when you're doing that, it's taking you forever. You know what I mean? So I was just like, I don't want to do that. I just really am interested in seeing what the story's about, because it was really interesting. So I'm almost done with it. It's like January something in the game, and I'm about to beat the main boss or whatever. I was just playing it before the podcast, actually. So once I'm done with that, which is kind of crazy that normally emulation was just like, let me pop this in and play it for a little bit, because, you know, Super Mario 64 or whatever, and I've never actually played like something that big as an emulation, you know what I mean? So it's kind of weird that I've put that many hours into an emulated title. But yeah, it's really cool, and I'm pretty sure the creators do care a little bit, but I think the only one that really cares is Nintendo. Most of them are like, well, we're not making
emulations. Yeah.
Most of them are like, we're not making any money off this shit, you know, and this is the only way anybody can even play them. So it's kind of keeping the games alive and keeping a fan base for those games. So they care less than like touring movies or music, you know what I mean? Because at least with music, you can get Spotify. You know, the biggest reason that people would like download stuff is because they just couldn't find it in their area. How many times did I hear about a cool album and I go to the store and it's not there? Like, if I could just pay for Spotify, now I have all of it. Like, if you make that's the biggest proof that nobody's really illegally downloading movie music now, because if you give them an easy way to pay for it, they will buy it.
Oh no, you also have to understand. There's some cheap fucks out there. So
I know there are, and I mean I'm one of them too. But for the price of buying one $9 album a month, I can have all the albums, and I just have Spotify for $1 for 3 months. Hold on, I'll be right back.
all right.
Sorry about that.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you.
So, what were you talking about?
I don't know.
Okay. Something about video games or something. I don't know. So, if you like, we could just wrap up here if you want.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. This is the best podcast episode ever.
Right?
Scar's gonna be so proud. But you know, he'll never. I mean, we could just like talk shit the entire time, and he would never know because he doesn't listen to any of the episodes. So,
Right?
but yeah, if anybody has like troop, got on their combat boots and just like went through the snow of this episode and have made it to the end, then you guys are like the shit.
The real MVP.
Yep. So let's shout out them peoples.
And those warriors.
What now?
Nothing.
Oh, and you know, peace out to the warriors.
There you go.
Later.
Bye.
Damn. You just totally just like dropped the call.